Hi.
Hi, David. How are you? Good night.
Hi, good night. So thanks for waiting.
Don't worry.
I just arrived home. I was in a meeting. So
Okay, don't worry. It's fine. Well, let's please continue and move on with what we were doing. Remember
okay.
that on Friday, we were reviewing about the phrasal verbs with come. And well, we were here. We said come through, come up, and we were here. Come up, the other meanings of come up, because as you can see, there are many meanings. The other meaning of come on means to happen. And well, here we have an example. Please, can you read on the example?
Sure. I'll let you know if any vacancies come up.
Yes. Come up. The other meaning is to appear. And well, please.
He came up before a judge and was fined $1,000.
And the other meaning, draw near in time. Please.
The summer holidays are coming up.
And the other meaning of come up, rise above the horizon.
It'll be warmer once the sun comes up.
And the last meaning, begin to feel the effects of a recreational drug.
I could tell from her expression she was coming up already.
Yes. And well, let's please work on this practice now. Before we begin with grammar. There you go. Please work on the practice and let me know when you're done. Thank you.
Okay, I finished.
Great. And how did you do on this practice? David, how did you do?
Sorry, I was mute. Honestly, I had many mistakes because many phrasal verbs are similar, like come in and come up,
Mm-hmm.
or come
All
into
right.
and come across.
All right. Well, never mind. It is very important to review, right? As you know,
Okay.
we review verbs the same way we have to review on phrasal verbs. All right, well then, don't worry. Anyways, let's please move forward. Let's go on to grammar now. Well, what are you going to be reviewing on grammar in this unit 2? It's the use of the second conditional. And well, we are going to be reviewing on the structure, the usage, as well as some examples with the structure applied. Here we have. How do we form the second conditional? We need to have the if clause followed by the past simple and the present conditional. And as we know, the past simple, we are going to be using the verb to be in the past. And for the present conditional, we are going to be using would or wouldn't followed by the verb in the base form. And when do we use it? We use it to express imaginary situations in the present or future. Present or future. Here, if I won $1 million, I would buy a new car. If I were you, I would quit smoking. If I were the president, I would lower taxes. Please, can you read on the following examples?
Mm. If they will stay longer if they have more time, they will stay longer if they have more time. If I won $1 million, I could stop working. If I had some more free time, I could travel around the world.
Correct. Well, is there a doubt or a question that you may have about the second conditional?
No.
All right, let's please work on the practices. There you go. Please work on this practice and let me know when you're done. Thank you.
Okay, I finished.
Great. And how did you do in this first practice?
I did it really well.
All right. Let's please work on this one more that is in Kahoot, and that will be all. Thank you. Let me know when you
Okay.
finish. How are you doing, David, in this practice? Did you finish already?
I'm in the middle.
Oh, okay.
Okay, finished.
Great. And how did you do on this last practice of the second conditional?
Just one mistake. And it was,
All right.
if he was angry, he will slam the door. Or if he were angry, he will slam the door. Which one is correct?
If he were angry, you said?
Yes. There, there were two options, if he was and if he were.
Mm-hmm.
Which one was the correct one?
Yeah, well, in this case, I think is if he were, because as you see here, we are using were, right? We have to use the verb to be where. Yeah,
Okay,
if I
that's
were.
what,
That's
that
why,
is
as you
what
see
I
here.
selected.
And it was wrong.
Yes,
So it was he was.
yes.
Well, we are going to be using the verb to be in the past, right? But if for the only subject that is going to be changing is for I, sorry. It's not for he. It's for I. I were. You're not going to say I was.
Okay,
Yeah. As you
that's
see here
what,
in the examples,
that's what
only for
I
I.
selected.
Besides was there another example or any other difficulty that you may have?
No.
All right. So remember, right? Verb to be. And for the only subject that in this case we're not going to be using was is for I only. So you will say I were. All right. The rest keep the same. All right. Third person singular was. Okay. Well, let's please work on this conversation practice using the second conditional. The first question. What would you do if you could travel back in time?
I think I would study in a technical school before studying engineering, so I could have two titles instead of just one.
All right. Okay. Well, that's very interesting and that's very smart of you. What would you do if you saw a ghost?
If I saw a ghost, okay, first of all, how would I know that would be a ghost?
Well, I don't know. But if you saw anything that it's out of the rational situation, we will say,
I
out of the
understand.
normal.
I think I would freak out.
All right. And what would you do if you were the richest person alive?
Uh, Good question. If I were the richest person alive, I think I would buy a nicer house. I would pay for, I will invest in my studies, and I would build some schools for poor people too.
All right. And what would you do if you had a pet dinosaur?
It depends. What kind of dinosaur would it be?
Let's see. Well, any kind of dinosaur. Let's imagine. Even the big, big, big ones.
If I had a dinosaur, I would send it free. I will release it into the wild because I can't afford to feed a dinosaur.
All right. But let's imagine since you already have it, like
Huh?
you can afford it.
Sorry?
Because, but let's imagine if you already have it, that means that you can afford it.
Okay. Yeah, let's imagine I'm the richest person in the world. Hmm. Maybe I would build a habitat for it.
Okay. And well, what would you do if you had a 3D printer?
Uh-huh. I would make some money. I would offer to print some stuff for people I know, and I would charge them.
Okay. And where would you go if you could travel anywhere?
Mhm. I will visit some friends or family in other parts of the world, like Spain, United States, United Kingdom, and Japan.
And what would you do if you could fly like a bird?
Mm, I will save some money in transportation. Definitely.
Of course. And what would you do if you forgot your own name?
If I forgot my own name, I would check my own ID.
Okay. And what would you do if spiders could fly?
Okay, spiders can fly, but there are some bugs that can fly. Oh, I don't like bats either, but bats can fly. So if spiders could fly, that wouldn't change a single thing. There are some cockroaches that can fly too.
All right. And what would you do if it rained every day, like in England?
Have you ever been there?
To England? No, but I have a very close friend that lived there for 12 years. And well, she tells me all about it, like about the rainy days, especially like it's like all the time. So imagine, would you get used to?
Yeah, probably. Oh, I think that would be cool because I wouldn't worry about watering my plants, and that would make the air cooler too.
All right. Let's move forward then. Okay, so this conversation practice was about the second conditional. Let's please move on. Well, next we are going to be reviewing on the past perfect continuous tense. First, let's check on the usage. When do we use it? We use it to describe the past action already started and continued up to another action or task. Example, the boys had been playing soccer for about an hour when it started to rain. Here. Also to express the duration before something in the past. Please, can you read on this example?
Richard needed a holiday because he had been working for 6 months.
Yes. And also to describe the cause of something in the past.
Mm. He was tired because he had been jogging.
All right. Yes. So remember, right? Past perfect continuous. So a past actions that started and continued up to another action in the past. Very important. All right, let's check on the structure. Well, we are going to be using a subject followed by the auxiliary had, followed by been and the verb in the ing form for making affirmative or positive statements. Example given, they had been playing tennis. All right, as you see here, had will be the auxiliary for the past perfect tense. Here, negative statements, the only thing we do is just add not to had, or we can also contract these two words and change it into hadn't, followed by been and by the verb in the ing form. Example given, they hadn't been playing tennis. And for questions, as always, we have to place the auxiliary verb before the subject, then been, verb in the ing form, and the complement. So, had they been playing tennis? Yes, they had. No, they hadn't. Will be the two possible answers. And of course that we can apply WH question to this tense. Yes, we can. We can say, where had they been playing tennis? They had been playing tennis at the country clubhouse or at the country club. All right, to obtain a more specific answer. And well, this is the use of the past perfect continuous. Is there a doubt or a question that you may have about this, David?
No.
All right, let's please work on the practice. And we are going to start with the one in Kahoot, okay? Because this one is the shortest. I don't think we have enough time. There you go. Please work on this practice and let me know when you're done. Thank you.
Okay.
How are you doing with the practice, David?
Fine.
All right. Are you about to finish?
Yes, but this is in Portuguese.
What? Let me check, please. I think I might have copied the incorrect one. But first, let's please work on the survey. And tomorrow we are going to continue, okay? Don't worry.
Okay.
I think it's not sharing. Oh, now it is. Oh, great. Okay, please answer the survey. And well, tomorrow we are going to continue with this, all right? And well, today I will be opening all the assignments from this unit so you can start working on them. And tomorrow we will finish. All right?
Okay. Thanks.
Okay, very much, David, and see you tomorrow.
See you too.
See you. Have a great night. Goodbye.
Thanks, you too.
You're welcome.
Bye.
Goodbye.